Hopefully the sound registers now. Anyway, so this is my Link Breath of the Wild cosplay stuff, what I got so far. It was originally a cheapo kit from Amazon. The tunic and the shirt, the gloves, belt, gauntlets, and the guard here were all part of that kit. It actually came with pants too. Those aren't the same pants. And a whole bunch of other stuff, but again, these are the parts that I thought were salvageable, and basically I just cut them up and made them the way I wanted to, like I usually do. So pretty much these were just sort of sanded to get some texture into them, and then hit with the flat acrylic blacks and browns and stuff like that. This is glued to it. There's some EVA foam in here to bolster it a little bit, just because Link has Popeye wrists and stuff. The tunic, let's go look at that. I cut it right down the middle so that it was easier to get in and out, because it was pretty tight. I mean, it fit, but it was tight. So I cut it down the middle and sewed in the leather string that sew in, but I wove in the leather string, and this is just Velcro that keeps it closed. Same thing with the collar here for the Hylian hood. I glued the leather to keep the shape so that it stays on my shoulders and actually looks proper. And then the Velcro clasp, or not Velcro, this clasp to hold it shut. But again, trying to sell the whole, modified in the field and very clearly dirtied from it too. So the hood, Hylian hood, I end up going with the Hylian shield pattern, just because the one from the game is kind of arbitrary and doesn't really have a whole lot of meaning to me, but I kept the hood patterning like this, so it's at least recognizable when you see it, and at least that part is familiar. So for the most part, it's just really dirty, all acrylic washes and stuff, but kind of going for that whole realistic, natural, ugly, dirty feel to it. This is the pedestal from Breath of the Wild. It's just made out of wood, and it's got a little EVA foam triangle on top of it. That's just for the photo shoot, so it's a static prop. Sheikah slate. This is the same Sheikah slate that I made before. I just put more LEDs in it, so it's more Sheikah slatey. And I also put it on a cover tech too, just because it made sense. The sword and the shield made out of EVA. The sword is got a wood core, but pretty much the rest of it is just EVA foam. Gave it a couple of coats of Mod Podge, and then used Angelus leather paints to color it. Same thing with the shield, which are nice because it's still a little squishy, and but the paint doesn't chip and it doesn't come off or anything like that, so super tough. The back side of this, so I can keep it on my back, has magnets attached to it. So really all I gotta do is just to re-sheath it, quote unquote re-sheath it, sheath it. You just hold it up to my back and then the magnets will catch it, so that worked pretty well. Shield, I took a couple of liberties because when I put on the S and the Triforce and the Loft Wing, it didn't really fill in the space very well, so I had to add some other stuff on the sides. I still had these patterns from the Hylian hood, but I was kind of taking a crapshoot when I put them on there, but I'm actually surprised at how cool that kind of looks. It's not a Twilight Princess, it's not a Ocarina of Time, it's a Breath of the Wild by Josh. And that's about it. But the rust effects, I used the same for the sword and the shield, but that's actual powder coating, like rust-colored powder coating, because it actually had browns and blacks and reds and stuff, and it looked really good. So I just dabbed down some Mod Podge, sprinkled the powder on it, waited for it to dry, and then covered it again so it wouldn't chip off. But otherwise, it made for a really cool rust effect, and actually looks pretty real. So the back of it, we're not going to show. Okay, yeah, so we'll show you. It looks like crap just because the lines I hit it with a little too much heat, but otherwise it's Velcro. This part holds it to your forearm and stuff, and then same thing with the handle. It'll come off, and then you can put it up here so that you can do the Wonder Woman thing. But otherwise, that worked out pretty well too. So that is my Breath of the Wild cosplay so far. Okay, that's all. See you later.